How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And you do pronounce your name Sai, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Sai, okay.
So thank you for accepting my invitation and accepting to be on my show.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's my pleasure. So it's like one of the first interviews I've ever done, so looking forward to it.
So I thought to introduce and tell about you to my audience.
Okay, yes, looking forward to it.
So can you please introduce yourself to my audience and to the world who is watching and listening to you?
Yeah, no problem. My name is Josh Neal. I am a tech engineer at Cisco. I focus on next generation firewall stuff, pretty much right there in the security field. So yeah, I've been a Cisco employee for going on a year or so now. I've been in the IT field going on about 6, 7 years now.
You are from?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
You are from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. So you're into security from long time.
Yeah, I was doing IT work in the U.S. military for about 5 years. It was mainly basic help desk stuff, some satellite communications, some a little bit of cybersecurity there, so just a little bit.
So just the general the communication thing, not about the implementation, how the security uh, uh, implementation works and all.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question for me one more time?
I mean, you said you worked as a help as a staff in the help as a helper, right? So so when you came into the implementation side.
Uh, yeah, I did some help desk stuff. That's why I got into IT. Then I started, of course, gradually improving, expanding my career and skills. Then I started going to implementation, and now I'm like kind of just focused on maybe just network security and the cybersecurity stuff right there right now. So,
Awesome. So can you tell more about your job?
yeah, Cisco. I pretty much assist with customers. I focus on next generation firewall, so Cisco ASAs, FMCs, FTDs, devices like that, firewalls. Firewalls are always great to have in your network, of course, pretty much mandatory at this point. But pretty much, yeah, I take cases and calls every day, just working on ASA or firewall, firepower, Cisco firepower.
So what is the security that is there right now, and what is next generation's security?
Next generation is that's just like the name Cisco uses for next generation firewall. It just pretty much covers Cisco firepower devices. I want to say it's like a vendor neutral thing. I don't know. Pretty sure Palo Alto doesn't mention the next generation thing. It's just a pretty much a Cisco thing, just a naming convention, shall I say. I hope that clears up your question. Did that work for you?
So what are the things that you use to secure the network and secure the applications?
Pretty much a firewall. I'll go with firewall. It's pretty much a device on your network that monitors and filters incoming and outgoing traffic. So, say as a system admin, I don't want people in my office or my company to access certain websites or certain access to certain malicious data or anything like that. So I would set up a firewall, apply rules on that firewall to prevent stuff like that, to prevent stuff such as some site on the dark net, anything like that. Just monitor and filter traffic coming in and out the network. Just making sure not letting any malicious users in, malicious anything. So.
So how much time you spent on this? I mean, what is your experience?
My experience, I'm still fairly, I would say I'm still a novice compared to people I work with. It's people that's been working on this technology like before I was born. I'm 26 years old right now. So it's like people, some of my coworkers been at Cisco before I was even born. So pretty much me going on like a year or two with this technology, I feel I'm still expanding and learning every day on my skill sets, building my skill sets up. Um, yeah, I would say I spend about seven. I would say I spend about 7 hours just learning over this technology and implementing as far as work wise. So
Okay, so you're into infrastructure side or the software side?
could you say that for me one more time? I'm sorry.
Infrastructure, hardware or software?
It's a mixture of both. Uh, I would say it's a mixture of both at this point. I deal with, well, of course, I'm not going to customer sites every day. I usually talk to customers over the phone or through voice call, calls and stuff now. I don't actually, for the most part, right now, since we're not working in office, I don't, for the most part, get hands on with touching hardware. I'm not touching any hardware at this moment. When we start working in the office, that may change. I may have the opportunities and stuff to play around with the actual hardware and stuff like that. But at this point, I've been focused pretty much all software, just going through
So
the
you
command line and fixing stuff like that.
so your job as a security engineer is to secure the network.
Yes, yes, pretty much.
So what are the things that you experienced that you didn't you was unable to handle?
Something I wasn't unable to handle. I feel like it's situational based. Especially me still coming in as a beginner, intermediate level engineer. I do like I'm faced with some cases and stuff. I have to go to like senior engineers and need assistance. It may be it might be like a new issue I haven't seen with a technology. With the technology, even though I'm seeing it every day, it might be a new issue I've never seen before though. So I have to reach out to senior engineers and stuff for my team for assistance like that. That's like other than that, most cases are I'm able to take care of most cases, I would say.
So what is the size of the network that you are responsible for?
I'm not responsible for a set network since I work under Cisco. I'm not with a any like specific company or anything like that. I'm not responsible for a specific network, but customers come. There's pretty much no limit to who I can reach out to. I could uh there's I would say the biggest size network I probably like help a customer out with was like I have like college campuses, major Fortune 500 companies reach out to us for assistance like that. Like I said, as far
So
as I wouldn't know how big their network is, generally just because I'm focused on specifically their firepower devices or their firewalls on their network.
so so what are the things that are very good in maintaining good security?
Uh, it's always been knowledgeable. I feel like that's the biggest thing, being knowledgeable. Being aware, security awareness. That's I think most companies have to deal with that. That's like most breaches I feel like are due to lack of security training and awareness. It's always good to be knowledgeable or just know you shouldn't plug in external devices that you don't know of on company networks. Like it's little things like that. That's why I feel like most exploits happen.
So tell me about the suspicious things that you have experienced and the virus or any malware that attacked or that you have experienced in your work.
Uh, I would just say like typical things. I feel like most customers I called, 'cause I'm working with their firewall, their firepower devices. So usually most of the time, they're seeing. I don't want to be like real specific, like say like a specific company, anything like that. I don't think I'm able to. But maybe they might see like foreign IP addresses that are unknown that doesn't belong to the company hitting their firewall device. We see stuff like that. Like it might be like from different countries and stuff like that. It's not known to the company. We see stuff like that all the time.
So what made you to come into this security side in IT?
Uh, I that's a great question. I just like it just came to me honestly. It wasn't like when I first came to IT. I didn't know which path I want to go down. I pretty much went with the path I enjoyed the most. I had more fun with security, and I just had more fun with it. Programming and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, but as far as day to day wise, I actually enjoy like security side of IT.
So is it important for a security engineer to know coding?
Yes, to an extent, I feel like everybody should be somewhat knowledgeable, especially when it comes to Linux or learn at least one programming language. I definitely feel like that's greatly beneficial. Definitely make your job easier, and this just makes you better as an engineer, especially learning Linux. I feel like Linux is like key thing right there.
So what are the things that you want to learn in security in coming days?
I want to get more into hacking. I want to go deeper into cybersecurity. And when I say hacking, it's different kind of hacking out there. I want ethical hacking, should I say? So we pretty much call them a white hat hacker. I want to be a good hacker, a good guy hacker in the case I would say. So
So you protect the systems and the network by keeping whatever it is needed, right? So as a person, as a observer, what do you think in coming days? Because the networks, the devices, and the users are increasing. The number of people who are using the systems and softwares are the number is increasing. So at the same time, the security is also a very powerful thing, which is very important for in order to secure everything, the data and everything. So what are the things that comes in your mind when everything is every number is increasing as
yeah,
a security engineer?
I feel like that's where mention about what I said earlier. I feel like knowledge, um, company policies, training employees and having a good community of security knowledge. Just I feel like that's the best thing, especially like what you were saying, like spanning networks and stuff like that. Like people should just know, just the do's and don'ts of don't give out your password, like simple stuff like that. Don't have your password written on your computer screen, like just simple stuff like that. That's why I feel like building a strong community within a company is great. It will prevent most breaches and stuff like that.
And do you think that every company in the world is providing 100% security?
100% no, I don't think so. It's always room for improvement. That's how I feel. There will always be room for improvement. Every company might think so. They might have high expectations, but I always think there's room for improvement. Especially as like new attacks come out like all the time. Like it should always be you constantly learning. It's a constant learning.
So what are the loopholes that you observed in security?
Loopholes. I know like it's been like a real popular thing lately with ransomware attacks on like major companies. I'm pretty sure you've heard of some. And like phishing attempts, some social engineering attacks. That's been like pretty thing right there. That's where I feel like knowledge comes in and will prevent most of that from happening.
So why do these dark people wants to steal the information and wants to steal something which is not there?
Uh, that's a great question. I honestly don't know. I guess everybody had their own motives. I can't really answer that for someone else. Whether it's monetary reasons or some people just enjoy it. I guess they might just get a thrill off of it. It's I guess it's situational. It's different for every person. I guess.
So what do you think about security in IT?
I feel like it's important. It's essential. It's a constantly growing field. There's room for it's a lot of employment opportunities right now in the security field for sure. and it's gonna keep going up. The way technology is advancing every day now is we have to secure it. It had to be secure. So
Have you compared security, the security in IT with the security in the society?
uh am I comfortable with it? Was that the question?
Uh, have you compared the security in IT with the security in the society, like police department, army, or whatever
Um
the departments which are responsible for security? Because everybody is an engineer, but the way they are doing is different. But they are securing something there.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, pretty similar. Yeah, yeah. Now I never thought of it like that actually, but it's a great comparison. I would say that it was actually a great comparison, especially as far as cybersecurity and cyber criminals, comparing them to police departments. Pretty much just digital police departments. So.
So what you tell to the general people who don't know coding, who are not into IT? So what do you say to them? What are the security measures that they should take because they know nothing about coding and all?
I would say coding is not a mandatory in IT. It's nice to know coding, but it's not mandatory. IT is a broad field that's full with a lot of responsibilities and roles that doesn't require coding, such as project managers and stuff like that, solution architect. It doesn't everything doesn't include coding. But I would say like somebody that would want to get in the security field would want some kind of attain some kind of knowledge. A lot of courses and videos out there right now for sure. Um, YouTube University, like everything's on YouTube right now for sure. You can always Google stuff. But just be aware. Just always have the awareness.
So do you have a idea about ethical hacking and have you were into that?
Um, it's a field I'm trying to get into right now, so I haven't really got into ethical hacking yet. But that's something I plan on I'm working on right now for sure. So you can go for certifications or just study some ethical hacking certs. Certified, you can become a certified ethical hacker. It's an actual certification, or a few other certifications out there, or just practice it. That's it.
So is it possible for non-technical person to come into tech side?
Yes, definitely. I mentioned like a project manager, somebody like that, somebody that can orchestrate, put stuff together, put people together. It's a lot of I feel like as far as tech wise, a lot of roles aren't 100. Well, no role is 100% technical, shall I say? Soft skills, being able to communicate with people, being able to talk to others is actually like a very important skill set in tech, like for sure.
So is it important for them to have a technical background?
Are you mentioning people that's trying to get into tech?
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
important. It's not. No, it's not always important. I feel like the technical side, you can always learn that. That's something you can always learn. It's something that can always come to you. It's as far as what do you want to study for? How much time you willing to put in for that? That's always attainable.
So when you started security, learning about security, the day one and today. So what is if I ask you to compare the both days? So what is the change that you are observing in yourself when compared to when comes to when comes to security and as a security engineer?
I'll say my day one, like just first coming into the security side of IT. I was lost. It was a learning curve there. It took a lot of learning. Some stressful days for sure. It's a lot of stressful days. Compared to where I'm at now, I'm more comfortable where I'm at in my role. I'm definitely still learning every day, but it's not as when I first came in, where it's like I didn't know I didn't know what to expect. It was just such a mass amount of information just being thrown at me, shall I say. It kind of gets overwhelming. Whereas now, like, I feel like I'm able to grasp all the new technologies and stuff faster now. I have a it's easier for me, of course, now, but I'm still constantly learning, though, for sure, every day. It's always a constant learning.
Being a security engineer, did it help you in being a good human being?
Yes, I feel like naturally I'm an introvert. I usually like just talk to my few friends I have, but becoming an engineer, when I talk about soft skills, I had to expand my soft skills. I have to talk to people every day now. It brought me out my shell pretty much. So it opens me up. It makes me talk more, being able to express myself. So yeah, it definitely helped. I feel.
So at last, can you tell the fundamentals and the primary things that any beginner should know if they want to enter into IT and or into security, like you said, cyber security or anything into IT.
Yes, anything to IT. One, soft skills. Be able to communicate what you learn, being able to communicate effectively with others, just soft skills for sure. Your writing skills, all that. Two, being able to learn. It's a. I feel like every engineer in IT is always learning. In IT, is you're always learning. It's a constant learn, constant learn. Uh, Three, I would say motivation. I feel like it takes a lot of motivation when you first getting started because it's gonna be some down days, you're gonna have some up days, but keep going, you keep learning, you keep going.
So at last, have you seen any videos of mine on YouTube?
Yes, I saw a few of them. When you first reached out to me, I did see a few of them, so watched a few of them. I need to subscribe to your channel also. That's what I need to do. Once I get off this car, I'm subscribing to your channel instantly. So
So I did interviews of people. I'm a software engineer. I did masters in software engineering and computer science and engineering in my
hmm
graduation. So as a person who's into IT and as a person, I started these interviews and I took interviews of 450 people who are into all countries, like 80 to 90 country people who are into different professions. Like we are into IT, but still I want to just jump out and see what other people are doing in other professions, like nutritionist, police officer, like a author of a book or a dancer or a
yeah,
writer. So like just want to know, just want to communicate and just want to know what they think, why they are thinking like that. Just want to know their life experiences so that it helps me in IT. So as a person, as an observer, like you didn't see my videos. I don't think this is the right question. This is the right time to ask you this question. But what do you say about this observation? Me talking with different country people who are into different professions, how this helps me in IT.
um, I feel like uh, I can't really answer the question for you. I guess I could say, but I think it helps. I think you get more empathetic towards others. You get a better understanding of all different type of roles and job responsibilities in IT. So I feel like it's beneficial towards you. I think it helps.
So thank you very much, Josha, for giving me your valuable time and spending your valuable words here.
Yes. Thank you, Sai. Thank you for reaching out to me. It was definitely my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. Can I put this audio and video clip on my YouTube channel with your permission?
Oh yes, most definitely.
On my
Yes, most.
podcast, on my website, internet, everywhere, social media, with your permission, everywhere. Can I put this?
Yes, that's no problem. Yes,
Yeah. Thank
you
you,
can put them
Josh.
on all of them. Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. Have a good one, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.